following is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. So you were always comfortable in your own skin growing up?
Always tried to be. It was just very difficult because I grew up, I was always plus size. And so I was always dealing with like bullying and people hating my body. And so I had to really like be resilient. I really had to build a thick skin to be able to exist.
Keyword thick, y'all.
Thick.
We want thickness.
Exactly. I'm like, you need to grow a thick skin as a fat woman. Like people are going to try to tear you down. And so, yeah, I've just kind of like been building that up since I was a very young kid.
If people were to like promote more on females that look like myself, I'm skinny, but I am someone's cup of tea. And if people were to promote that, then the world would be a better place.
They think that sex is supposed to create life. No, man, I just want to get off. Like I'm horny as hell right now.
Is it a journey to love yourself the way you are?
Of course. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. I mean, there's a number of people, especially in the industry, who are the regular size, standard size, and they're very insecure. And sometimes they look to us, who's BBW, and we're feeling fierce and fabulous, and they're like, wow, we're worried about how we look, and you guys are just flaunting it and having fun out there.
Want thickness.
What's up, everybody? You are tuned into the Thiccness Protection Program. This is the podcast celebrating body positivity and where adult entertainers come to open up about whatever the fuck. I am your host, Chillin' Dylan, and today, it's been a long time coming, but I finally got sitting here with me, the ever so sexy, so professional, and so down to earth, Miss Chloe Klein.
Hi, everybody. Happy to be here.
Thank you. Cheers, first of all.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining me.
Oh.
Yeah. Second in-person one, so welcome.
Let's go. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Pardon the interruption, Palm Tree, but this is Pimpin' Palm, the Mac and Memoji. And before we go any further in this interview, I'm gonna need you to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell. Now back to the Thiccness Protection Program.
No doubt. All right, so take me back. How did you get into this crazy thing called the adult industry?
So I was actually doing nude modeling prior to doing porn. I had a specific client where I would like shoot in his backyard and just do very like artsy like black and white shots. He was a huge fan of PlumperPass, and he was like, oh my god, like every session we had, he was like, you have to go do porn. They would love you at PlumperPass. They're gonna fly you out. They're gonna do all these things for you. And I was like, oh, it started to kind of eat away at me. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna apply. I'm just gonna go do it. I don't know like what the vetting process is gonna be like. I'm not a girl that has like 2 billion followers, so I don't really know like if they're gonna accept me. And they did. So
nice.
I've been taking
Okay.
off since there.
So around what year was that?
That was around 2021. So I was doing nude modeling for 2019 and 2020, and then kind of porn 2021.
Okay. Now around the pandemic, from your interview with Mike Larkin, anyway, from the interview you did with Mike, you said you got into the adult business through modeling, and then around the time of the pandemic is when you got into the camming thing. Mm-hmm. How did the modeling first get started for you?
Modeling got started, so I was doing like meet and greets with people, and I was just putting out like ads for the most part, just like, hey, like I'm a model, this is what I do, like book me for shoots, things of that nature. And I don't know, I didn't expect to like be such a hit, and I was.
Nice. Okay. So you're from LA, right?
LA born and raised.
Okay, born and raised, and you grew up in Mid-City?
Grew up in Mid-City.
For sure. So what was Miss Chloe Klein like as a kid?
Oh my god, I was very like rambunctious as a kid. I was very like highly feminine as a kid. I wanted to be like a Disney princess. So I was just very like glamorous with my feather boas and my heels and makeup, and yeah, I was just very like out there and always wanted to be very like a sexual person. Like I've always just been in touch with my sexuality from a very young age. So
interesting. Okay. Was sex talked about in your house?
Not really, no. Like sex was very like hush hush. Like I didn't hear about it and like what it was until very like later in my life. I'm kind of like a late bloomer. Yeah, so sex was just very like not talked about in my house. And then when I finally found out what sex was, it was kind of like it opened like this whole world to me, if you will. Like kind of discovering my own sexuality and understanding other people's sexuality.
Interesting. Okay. Now, I know you got your education, you got your degree in gender studies. Okay. What university did you attend?
UCLA 2018, baby.
For sure. Go Bruins. All right. Oh, 2018. Okay. So you're fairly young. Am I allowed to ask how old you are?
Lady never tells.
Lady never tells. All right. Yeah. Because you have like, can you tell them like all your list of aliases in your bio?
My alias is in my bio. Chloe Klein's the only one you guys need to know.
Okay. Yeah, I totally drew a blank on like what Chloe's Instagram bio says, but like you have so many cool alliterations to
my
you,
alliterations in my bio.
Yeah.
Right off the top of my head. Venomous vixen, sinful siren, witching woman, fatal femme.
Okay. How'd you come up with all those?
I'm very much into burlesque, and so like I see a lot of burlesque shows in Los Angeles. A lot's kind of like my thing, and so like seeing the girls kind of introduce themselves, seeing the MCs introduce the girls, and how like they would describe them with certain adjectives and names. I was like, ooh, like that kind of gets the audience going. It like provokes them. So I was like, I want to have a kind of like burlesque kind of feel to my look. So I was like, yeah, get the people pumped up.
I totally see it. Yeah, I totally feel the burlesque kind of look. I need to get you with my friend Liza. She's a Sagittarius too, and she used to like run burlesque shows.
Oh my God.
So yeah, she's a really cool girl. Yeah, so you came up with the name Chloe Klein through Chloe was your favorite Bratz doll,
Absolutely.
and then Klein was your professor of gender studies.
Yeah.
You welded them together?
Took my two favorite things, put them together.
Okay, cool. Because I always kind of thought it was like a play on Calvin Klein, like the underwear.
Yeah, my friends think that too. And I was kind of like, I have a merch idea, but I don't want to get sued. So I was like, let's see what I can do with Calvin Klein.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you got to like just play with Klein and see if you can Klondike bar or something. I don't know.
There you go.
Okay, cool. So your photographer said, hey, you need to get in touch with PlumperPass. When you finally did and you went out to Miami, what was that experience
So
like?
I didn't go to Miami. They had me in LA first.
I see.
I was so nervous. At first I was like, oh, is this a joke? Like they're reaching out to me? Like, is this actually real? And so I was kind of like, let me take a step back. Let me see like if I really want to do porn. Like this is documented on the internet forever. And then they were like, we really want to work with you. We really want to have you. And I was like, oh my God, like they think I could be big. Let's do it. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm very like spontaneous and adventurous. So I'm like, let's go do the thing. Like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I've realized, when you're in this business, there's no turning back. Like there's, there are some performers that do still work their regular 9-to-5s or still can work corporate, but not many. So once you do this, you're not getting a job at Target, after that. So, so you were always comfortable in your own skin growing up?
Always tried to be. It was just very difficult because I grew up, I was always plus size. And so I was always dealing with like bullying and people hating my body. And so I had to really like be resilient. I really had to build a thick skin to be able to exist.
Keyword thick, y'all.
Thick.
We want thickness.
Exactly. I'm like, you need to grow a thick skin as a fat woman. Like people are going to try to tear you down. And so, yeah, I've just kind of like been building that up since I was a very young kid.
Let me ask you this. I've kind of witnessed the word fat come kind of be like a diss and then now kind of turn to a thing of beauty or just, a fact. Like, I can say I'm fat and it doesn't mean like, oh, you're ugly. Have you kind of witnessed that transition too from fat being like a put down to just like it is what it is and just claim it?
Yeah, I feel like it's just a descriptor at this point of like just, she is fat. Like I feel like it's not like a bad thing. It's just that's my body type. I'm just a BBW. I'm just fat.
Interesting. Okay. Because now they have this whole debate about like the whole plus size community and whether plus size is, enabling people to feel like they're obese. What do you think about that?
I really hate when people come at like plus size people and think that they're like promoting obesity when it's like, we're just trying to exist. We're just existing in our bodies. Like, I don't understand why people don't celebrate diversity. And it's like, there are people with different races out here on the planet. Of course, it makes sense for people to have different body types on our planet. Like, well, like everyone's supposed to be skinny and not fat. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like,
interesting. I don't know if it means everybody's supposed to be skinny, but like, me as obviously a BBW advocate, I do want to see everybody being healthy, and no matter what your body shape or type is, I'm trying to get in control of what I eat and watch my weight, but I don't, necessarily think anybody else needs to watch their weight either. I just feel like it's time to be cautious about health, and I just don't want, body positive to be like a word that you throw out there, when at times when people are unhealthy. You know what I mean?
Understandable.
Yeah. But we still celebrate body positivity on this podcast, so don't get it twisted, protectors. You've worked with PlumperPass, and you've also worked with Jeff's Models here in LA. So what was that experience like?
Oh my God, I love shooting with Jeff's Models. They are so fun to shoot with. I get along really well with the videographer. Like, we're always joking. I call him Bestie. He's great. Shout out Bestie if you're watching this. It's such a fun vibe on set. Like, I wasn't really expecting that getting into porn. So, like, I always feel just very natural shooting with them. They're so understanding, so kind. So definitely recommend them.
Excellent. Yeah, and I'm hoping to get J. Crew in here in soon time. So I definitely want to invite you back once we set that one up for sure.
Please.
Shout out to you, J. Crew. We're going to make that happen. Legendary. Dial it back a little bit. You mentioned there's different races out here. What's your ethnic background?
Ooh, I'm very secretive about it. It's very funny. So I'm mixed. I'm half white, and I don't talk about the other half. I usually let people guess. I love to play a game with it because it's like, I understand I'm somewhat racially ambiguous. So I'm like, let's make a game. Let's see what people think. Let's get the people going.
I assumed you were Latina.
Everybody does.
Yeah, but are you?
Potentially.
Potentially, okay.
Potentially, maybe.
I'm going to leave it as just Chloe Klein, the voluptuous, magical figure.
There we go.
There you go, okay. So, what were your parents like? Or are, excuse me.
They're interesting. They're interesting individuals. We have a pretty, like, okay relationship with them, and, like, you know, they're very understanding of who I am and what I do at this point. It's very much about, like, I'm an adult, I pay my own bills, I can do what I want. So, you know, they're very understanding and very, like, they're present in my life, if that makes sense.
Okay, cool. Do you have siblings?
I do. I'm a middle child, so I have older brother, younger sister.
Okay. Yeah, middle children are very often, like, independent. You know, I think they kind of identify a little bit with us only children because you're kind of, like, doing your own thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, not really competing for attention.
We're not babied, and, like, we're not kind of like the tester.
The opera, okay. Is that somewhere you like to go? Yeah.
I do. I love musicals. I love opera.
Nice. Oh, yeah, because
I love high culture.
Yeah, you commented when I went to Hattiestown, right?
Yeah.
Is it Hattiestown or Hadestown?
Hadestown.
Yeah, I thought that was it was pretty good. I'll share my thoughts that I shared with you previously. I thought that, you know, the sets were good, the music was good, the story kind of had me at a little stale point.
I hear you. I just love Greek mythology. I love Persephone and Hades.
Oh, yeah,
so
gotta.
I was like, that is my shit.
Yeah, definitely. Are you, being a Disney lover, are you a Hercules fan too?
Hercules, it's all right. I'm more of like a Disney princess girl, like Disney princess and like Star Wars girl.
Yeah, because the purple eyeshadow is kind of giving me a little Ursula vibes, like Little Mermaid.
Today. I have like a Star Wars backpack that's purple that I was going to bring, and I was like, I'm feeling it. Let me do the purple eyeshadow. Let me match the backpack.
Right. It's funny. My dad was watching Star Wars before I left the house.
Yes. Which episode?
I don't know. It was one of the, like, the old ones.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
I feel it.
I remember if it was like a New Hope or Empire Strikes Back.
Ooh,
I think it was Empire Strikes Back.
Good ones.
Good ones, yeah. Okay. I see you do this on IG a lot. Your bubble bath routine, where you drop the ball in and then you drink your little cannabis-infused soda. Can you put people onto that?
Yeah, so it started back when I worked at Lush, like back in the day, like the place of bath bombs. So I was always like buying them and testing them out and stuff like that. And then when I stopped working there, I was like, I got to keep this tradition up of like just experimenting with all these bath bombs. And like, I love weed. I'm a big stoner. And so I was like, let's do like my cannabis drink in the tub and let's like make a whole thing of it. Like, let's do a bit.
Yeah, that is definitely a bit. I could see you making some real content out of that. You probably do already.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, okay.
Just that bit.
Right. Can you tell me what, as a porn star, adult content creator, sex worker, you name it, what is your biggest stream of revenue?
Biggest stream of revenue? Definitely from meet and greets and camming, like one-on-one, like camming sessions.
Mm-hmm. One-on-one camming sessions, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's kind of cool because anybody can be anywhere in the world and they can interact with you.
Absolutely.
Dope. So you've been able to build up a big fan base. I know you've collabed with or done scenes with a lot of, really cool and sexy girls like Chanel Barbie, Monique Leslie, Ashley Garland, So when you link with these ladies, what is the pre-conversation before the scene like?
Pre-conversation before the scene. Generally, I like to discuss boundaries, like do's and don'ts, like what things they're comfortable with, what things they're not comfortable with. Consent is really big to me, so just like making sure like everyone feels safe and welcome during the scene is like really important. So.
Definitely. Yeah, I feel safe and welcomed, okay. I love seeing you girls hang out, and it's always fun to kick it with y'all. So have you done like any of the, big communal things in porn, like, you know, a Girls Gone Wireless or an Exotica? Or
No, I haven't done either of those. I'm trying to see if I can go to Girls Gone Wireless in September, though.
Nice. Okay, that's in Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay, and you haven't been to, like, XBiz Awards or your AVNs,
I'm very
BBW
much like,
Awards?
very much a virgin to all the events, and so I'm like, I need to get out there. I need to go do this.
Still kind of like me, you're still a new kid in school?
Yes.
Very dope. Okay. I saw you do a bit of a rant on your Instagram story where you were talking about a company that had some practices that you don't agree with. I believe I remember you mentioning that they were grooming an underage girl. Do you want to share that story, or like what had happened with that?
Absolutely. There is a content event happening for BBWs in Vegas called BBW Playhouse. It's about like 9 different BBW creators. I was invited to go, so I was very excited. I put, the deposit in, and the organizer of the event told me that there are some allegations against them about, grooming of a minor, providing drugs to a minor, things of that nature. And I just felt like, that's not the Chloe Klein brand. That's not. I'm very new in the industry. I can't be collaborating with people that have serious allegations against them. So I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, that was a good call on your part, and I'm not sure of this, but I could probably bet that there are a number of studios or companies that find themselves in that hot water. Is that true?
I can't speak to that, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's no problem. I'm just wondering, like, who is responsible in the industry for policing that sort of thing, if child pornography or stuff going on with minors?
That's the thing. I really don't know. I feel like it's just kind of like the Wild West, where it's like everyone for themselves in this industry.
Yikes. Okay. See, that's what I want to like start providing resources for, to like, stop that, make sure that's not tolerated. Like, I don't know if you watched To Catch a Predator on Dateline NBC back in the day. With Chris Hansen. Yeah, where they would set up this sting operation where they would have child predators, like they would catch guys talking with, supposed allegedly underage people online in these chat rooms, and then they would take them to the house. Like they would, people would come from far and wide to meet at these houses all over and think they're meeting up with a minor, but then this reporter named Chris Hansen would be there. And then that's how they get him, and then the guy would be arrested after. So they partnered with this organization called Perverted Justice that would be like a watchdog for this. And I was kind of wondering if the porn industry had that or not.
I'm actually not sure, but I could definitely look into that.
Okay, yeah, let's look into that. I definitely want more education and more resources to come from Thiccness Protection Program.
Absolutely.
Speaking of, I wanted to ask you this. When there is a STD outbreak in the industry, for example, let's say Big Booty Corporation has an STD outbreak, are they responsible for letting all their talent know that there's been an STD outbreak?
I'm not sure. I haven't had that experience yet, but I assume so. I assume they would let all the talent know and then advise them to get tested.
Okay. And when you get tested, are those results posted online to let everybody know who's safe for talent share, safe for content share, or is that
it
between
depends.
Talent?
You can share it with certain agencies, I believe, on the talent testing. But usually you just have your own test, and you can just share it with other performers.
Interesting. The getting tested, is something crucial that I know you've gone through and every performer goes through. Is this something that you're now used to, or was it kind of did it give you any anxiety leading up to taking your tests?
I mean, I always get anxiety taking my tests. I'm always I never know what could show up on the test. Who even knows? And also, I hate needles, which is a whole part of it. I despise needles, even though I have this in my face.
You don't have any tattoos, do you?
No tattoos. This
Really?
is my only piercing. I'm super scared of needles, in every way. So every time I get tested, it's oh, God, I have to go through this. But, now it's just kind of routine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just the not so fun part of the job.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Chloe. What is the biggest misconception of a porn star?
Biggest misconception of a porn star? That we all have to look the same way, that there's only one way to be a porn star. I think a lot of people will come into the industry and be oh, I'm not 90 pounds and skinny and white with blonde hair and blue eyes. I think they can't make it. And it's you can look like anything in porn. You can be any gender, you can be any race, any size, and you can make it. You will have fans. There's something for everybody. So that's just kind of what I have to say to people that want to get into porn is don't think that you have to be this tall and like, be yourself.
Yeah,
Your
I don't
authentic
think
self.
any particular body type or any particular race, any color. Yeah, just be
Anyone
yourself.
can make it.
Yeah, anyone can make it. Trust me, as a BBW fan, I've seen all types. I've seen anything and everything. There's something for everybody in every body. Okay? All right, Chloe, I got a segment on here called Down in the DM. Can you recall your craziest, funny, most out-of-pocket, ridiculous email or DM you've ever received?
Oh my God. Okay. I get these a lot, but this one was like specifically just out of pocket. I get a lot of emails from people that are like, I want to get into porn, like, and you're going to be my gateway into it. And so I'm like, okay, let's see where this is going.
Is that for men or women?
A lot of men. They're like, I want to get into the industry and you're going to help me and I'm going to shoot with you. And I'm like, okay, like we can shoot content. That's totally fine. But some of the ideas they'll approach me with are very like interesting and things that I like won't do. So I had one approach me and he like wanted to do like a scat scene. And I was like, that's not, I no. And why would you think that I'm okay with that? Like, so it's just these, like, I get these very interesting requests all the time, but that was just like out of pocket.
So it's not like they're asking to do a scat scene. He's like, hey, I'm shitting on you.
Yes. Or I'm shitting on them.
Oh, wow. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Out of pocket.
Yeah, never seen that stuff and no desire to. Okay. Got a segment on here called Ever Too Much.
Ever too much.
Has anything during a scene ever been too much, like not pleasurable, just like painful? Okay, cut the camera, like we're like stop.
Yes. Not cut the camera, but definitely like check in with my scene partner and like, have them stop doing something. I tried to do anal for a scene. For like it was like a 20-minute scene. It was the last like 7 minutes I was trying to do anal, and like I had to tap out. I had to like tap my scene partner to like, we can't do this. Like, it is very painful. Like, I can do anal like on my downtime, but that's because it's like, a lot of relaxation and poppers and things like that. But like having sex in your personal life is so different from having sex on camera, and it's like, I couldn't do it with like the positioning and just everything that's going on, all the lights, the heat. Like, I was like, we can't, like, I gotta stop this.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Was it, invasive, or what? Did it make you feel some type of way that the first time you did hardcore on camera, like, here's this camera right this close to you when you're fucking?
No, I loved it.
You loved it, okay.
I loved it because it's like when I am doing a POV scene like that.
Yeah, like the one you did for PlumperPass.
Yeah, I just picture that I'm like, this is very outrageous, but I picture I'm just like, I'm usually like giving a blowjob. I picture that I'm just blowing the whole world, to be honest. Like, I'm just blowing like millions of people, and I'm just like, millions of people are gonna see this. I don't even know the identities of the people that are gonna see this. Like, who even knows? This could go anywhere. Like, someone in fucking like Antarctica can fucking watch this. So I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I'm very in my head when the camera's on me, where I'm like, okay, I'm being immortalized on film. Like, let's do this right. So that's kind of my approach.
Blowing millions of people. Wow, you're like the world's biggest air conditioner.
There you go.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Pothead to pothead, do you do scenes high?
No.
No.
I do all my scenes sober.
Okay. Yeah, that's what Jay Playhard was telling me, because legally you can't be under the influence when you sign that paperwork.
Mm-mm.
Interesting. Okay. Let me ask you this. I come from a music background, and I gotta ask, what's on Chloe Klein's pre-scene playlist?
My pre-scene playlist, Can I by Kehlani, because there's this lyric where she's like, sweet little bitch, fuck like a porn star. So I'm like, any song that mentions like being a porn star, I'm just like, that's what I'm listening to. I need to hype myself up for the scene. And I'm like, it's one of those like, you have to hype yourself up, and you're like, who are you? Like, I am that bitch, and like play my music and then walk on a set. So yeah.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Kehlani. She's so damn fine.
Oh, I love her so much.
I saw her a few years ago at Camp Flognaw.
I haven't seen her at all. I want to see her next month. She's going to be in LA.
Oh, dope. Okay. Cool. Let me know about that one.
Will do.
Recently you had a chance to work with Finney. That man's a legend. I forget how many years he's been in the business, but he's worked with all the girls I watch. So what was it like working with that dude?
It was so good. I love Finney so much. He was so welcoming. It was a long time coming to work with him. When I finally did it, it was just like such a welcoming environment. It was just me, him, the videographer, and just like, I love the scene that we did. It was a very like kind of romantic, like intimate scene. And just,
I love that. Love that. It's so
Yeah.
relatable.
It was so good. I was like, I don't want to do something like too raunchy. I want to have like a very romantic vibe to it. So I just had a lovely time shooting with him.
Just light some candles, play some Babyface, sprinkle some rose petals on the bed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He had like boxers with roses on them, and I was like, all right, like
Okay,
the
cool.
aesthetic.
Do you have any ideas for future scenes that you want to do?
For my OnlyFans, go with me on this. I want to do a Star Wars set.
Ooh,
Like I
okay.
want to do like Star Wars porn.
Oh yeah, like a stormtrooper walks in and then he catches like, you know, a alien looking broad like in the cut. Yeah.
Yup. I was like, I need to cosplay as like Princess Leia, Kylo Ren,
Yeah.
like all of them. Like, let's do it.
No, because it would be funny as fuck if you just had a stormtrooper with a helmet on and you're just giving him head, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh my
with the
God.
blaster gun singing out like, oh yeah, may the dome be with you.
There you go. So I want to do that. I also want to do like Euphoria porn as well. I love Euphoria.
Oh
so
yeah, great
much.
show. Great show.
Yeah, like I really relate to Kat a lot. So I was like, you know, she's plus size. She's like in sex work. So I was like, do that. Like,
Yeah.
do a porn version of that.
Speaking of the stuff you see on Euphoria, are drugs a part of the picture for you?
No. I just smoke weed.
No. Okay, that's good. And drink a little,
Drink a little bit.
sip a little bit,
Have a
smoke
little
a little
sip.
bit.
There you go.
It's okay. I could definitely see that Star Wars scene. Maybe if you wanted to partner up with Monique Leslie, because I know she's into the whole cosplay thing, so that would be really fun to watch.
Ooh, that'd be good. Ideas,
Definitely.
ideas.
Okay. Do you prefer to do like content by yourself, or do you like working with a studio like Jeff's Models or PlumperPass?
I like studios a lot more where it's just like I get more exposure that way. And, you know, these companies have everything set up. It's just you show up, you do the scene, they promote it, you get more fans. Like, I just think it's a lot. I like that setup a lot more than just kind of doing my own thing. But I like the creative freedom I get from making my own content. So it's kind of like a trade-off, really.
Yeah, I feel like in everything we do as content creators, we value the creative freedom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I feel like, you know, I'm a hustler, baby. So sometimes I'll work 9 to 5, and it's just like, shit, I'm losing out on creative freedom. And you know, it's just a balance, but yeah, creative freedom is so valuable.
DM me on any of my social sites, and we will go ahead with that. You can also book me at It's Chloe Klein at protonmail.com for camming sessions.
Okay. Outside of the industry, have you had anybody high profile in your DMs?
High profile in my DMs. Oh my God, let me recount. I have. I won't disclose who. I will just say that he's in the music industry, and it's from one of my mom's favorite bands. That's all I'll say.
Okay, interesting. Did you tell your mom?
No.
No. Do your parents know you're in this?
Yes.
Okay. And they're supportive of it?
Yeah, they're just kind of like, you know, I'm an adult. I can do what I want at this point, and as what matters to them is that I'm happy. I'm happy and taken care of.
Right. That's excellent. Okay. Oh, one thing I did want to ask you, like you told Mike, he said, I just always wanted to be a bimbo. And I'm like, even during your time, you know, at UCLA and you're, you know, trying to get this advanced degree, was that always something in the back of your mind?
Yes. I'm a woman of many talents. And so it's like, on one end, it's like, I'm going to go to school and like, I want to, you know, I want to get a law degree and I want to do all these things. But it's also like, I'm a bimbo. I want to do hoe shit. So it's like, I contain multitudes.
Word. Okay. You know, UCLA is kind of known as a party school. Did you witness any like wannabe hoe shit that happened on campus?
I was in a sorority.
Really?
I witnessed
Okay.
all the hoe shit.
What sorority are you in?
I was in Gamma Rho Lambda, the only LGBT sorority on campus.
Okay.
So, yeah, I witnessed some straight people hoe shit, some gay hoe shit. Like, it was a lot.
All right. When you say was, so you're not actively like doing sorority stuff?
No.
Volunteering? Okay. So in those type of organizations, you're only in it while you're in college?
I mean, you can join like the alumni organizations that they have for the sororities and stuff, but I was like, that's not really who I am. So I was like, you guys have fun though. Like, this was nice for undergrad.
Right. Can you tell any stories from like back in those Bruin days of like shit you would see go down?
Oh my God. My sorority was insane. So it was like a LGBT sorority. We would have parties and there was always like dyke drama going on.
Dyke drama.
Dyke drama. Like girls like...
Am I allowed to say that? No. Whatever, I said it. All right.
There was always
Continue.
like dyke drama going on where it's like all the girls are like dating each other and fucking each other, and then like certain girls aren't cool with each other, so it was always like crying and fighting and making out and like fucking here and doing this, and it was just like all the time just like messiness. And I was just like, okay, I was just kind of like, I'm gonna be in the corner, I'm gonna be cool with everyone, smoke my weed and
Yikes.
chill out.
That's when you say, hey, Alexa, play All the Things You Said by Taboo.
Yeah. Legit.
Legit. Yeah, that's the lesbian drama theme song.
You know.
The lesbian national anthem. All right, cool. Chloe, is there anything else you want people to know about you?
Ooh, let's see. Anything I want to know about me? Don't let the looks fool you. I'm a giant nerd. And I've usually had it under wrap, but I'm like, let's try peeking out of that closet a little bit. Let's get into it. You already know.
I already know. Okay, give it your BBW. What's your favorite thing to eat?
Favorite thing to eat? Oh my god, I love sushi. I love a good caterpillar roll, some yellowtail.
Caterpillar roll.
Yes,
Okay,
give me
what's
the
in that?
avocado.
Yeah.
I'm so LA.
No doubt. Okay. It was a pleasure to finally have you.
Oh, thank you
We've
for
been trying to
having
get
me.
this one cracking for a while. So, yeah, everybody go follow Chloe Klein. Make sure you check out all her content. Subscribe to her OnlyFans. Download some clips on mini-vids. You already know how she gets down. All right. This has been Thiccness Protection Program. You can check us out at youtube.com/PalmOfficial. Soon to be on all streaming platforms. Just give me some time. I'll get you. All right. My name is Dylan. And, everybody go follow Thiccness Protection Program on Instagram. Thiccness Protection Program _ all throughout. And we will see you next time. Chloe, thank you so much.
Thank you.